kind of on a roll here, so I say we do our best to continue. So since we're truce locked, we'll go raiding. I think also we've got a bunch of prestige. What's our ambition? Let's not waste it until we get hit Exalted Among Men. So once we hit 5,000 prestige, we'll start spending it to upgrade our holdings some more, with prestige buildings. But right now, let's just go ahead and raise our entire army, raise all our fleets. And I'll tell these guys to board. We'll bring them down here, and we'll start our raiding. The good news is that we've basically wiped out, as far as I can tell, the Holy Roman Empire's army. So, what that means is we can do some raiding in Holy Roman Empire territory. We'll still have to be safe. We'll still have to watch out because there's still a large rebel army somewhere out there. But I think this should be a pretty profitable run once things get squared away. Let's speed up time a little bit. So my daughter lacks a focus. We're going to give her struggle. If you're a Norse pagan, always struggle for the ladies. You make them into shield maidens. Very useful, very useful. Our current queen is a former shield maiden herself. Alright, so we only need like 25 ships. So we'll just disband this fleet here. Turn on raiding. I think we've got the best guys for the job here. We'll auto-balance the unit. And let's get out there and start raiding. Gent looks like a nice target, so let's take that first. I don't think they'll be able to attack us. Or at least I wouldn't, if I was them. So let's speed things up a little bit. That was silly of them. All right. Oh gosh. Now I got cancer. I tell you, I really don't like these satanic cults. Well, how old is our oldest son? Our oldest son is getting there. So I guess, we'll see how this all plays out. I have a feeling this might end up. Well, let's look at how good our seer is. So our seer is not good, and we don't really have an option to get a good one. I mean, I guess we should seek treatment for our illness. So let's check it out. But we're not going to go with anything crazy. Hopefully we're getting to the point where we can advance to the top. And once we do that, we'll start absorbing the life force of our children. So that way, there's less chance of our place splitting up, or our kingdom splitting up. We can hold a great blot. Let's see who we can ransom off or banish. Not much. Not much out there. I guess the good news is that with cancer, our fertility goes down, right? Yeah. So maybe we'll stop having babies. Alright, where else can we raid? We'll go to That's really weird. Let's dock. I don't know why there's no treasure got on my ship. Yeah, no treasure on the ships. Alright, we can get a new steward. Let's look at the composition of our council. Again, stewards, until you go feudal, they're not as useful. Unless it's early game and you're building a legend, so you can get those event troops for a war. So I'm inclined to give it to this guy who's content. Just so I've got enough guys in the council who like me. Oh, we got a good commander, though. That's some good news. I have no idea why no loot is going on my ships. Is it because we have a truce? Can you not raid people when you have a truce? I mean, there's no point in burning down all these holdings if we're not getting any money. I mean, we're just running through manpower. Let's bring our guys back. Let's disband and let's try again. we straight up can just disband these event troops. There's no point in picking them up. Alright, so these guys are toggled as raiders. You can't really toggle a ship as raiders. Let's do a test run and raid England, and then see what the deal is. See, we're getting loot there. Maybe you just can't loot somebody you have a truce with. And that's completely conceivable, you know? Yeah, you know, I'm never gonna be famous. But thanks for being my one view, Elvis. Alright, let's take the money. Let's have our vassals deal with those guys. I don't think so. I think when you're playing a 7-year-old niche game on a weekend afternoon, it's gonna be tough to get more than 3 viewers, 4 viewers if you don't already have an established base. But that's okay. You know, I'd be playing this game anyways, even if I wasn't streaming, so I'm not counting on those YouTube and Twitch dollars to keep me afloat. Let's just put it that way. Hey, you play this game much, man? Alright, let's give it a shot. Hey, you know, can you raid? I mean, like, obviously you can, but can you raid and gain loot with people you have truces with? I assumed you could, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I just got off like a raiding route kind of with these guys, and I wasn't getting any loot, although I was burning down holdings. Alright, so what's this guy's... Okay, so he's a glutton and he's a drunkard. We should be able to corrupt this guy. Alright, well, I gave it my shot. Again, I think we just, for the sake of science, we go, we loot Bruges, and we'll see if we get any additional money. Now, we've got 189 in the hold. Oh, not an ally. Someone I have a truce with. Is that what happens? I don't know. You see here, I've got my loot icon. It's saying we're gaining money. But we're not gaining any money, right? And we'll just stay until we burn down this primary holding. And I bet we'll still be at 189. Okay, so my husband just died. Let's go ahead and find a new husband. We'll just reset all the filters. Search all for men who are not married. And let's look for maybe a genius. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, I need to be in our religion, though. I thought I said Bruges. Is Bruges wrong? It's Bruges. Are you from the Lowlands or France or something? You know, as an American, you should just be glad that I'm not calling it Brugs or something like that. Let's see if we can marry this dude. He's quick. I'm past childbearing age. You can still have babies before. Brug. Alright, so it looks like these dudes don't want to marry me because I can't have kids. I've seen women in their 40s have kids. Come on, guys. Alright, let's just pick what are our weakest stats? Learning and diplomacy. Let's find someone who's good with diplomacy. Is that like the Dutch pronunciation? Bruag? I don't know if I can believe you or not, man. Alright, maybe this guy will want to get married. I doubt it, but let's give it a shot. No, he won't do matrilineal, though. How about this guy? Alright, you're up, buddy. Try not to die. Need a designated regent. Like 16-ish. He doesn't like us that much, but he's content. I think I can trust him. Okay. Alright. Blog. Alright, for our second son, what do you say we give him, like, a stewardship focus? Because I feel like we're starting to fall behind in tech, to the Christians. So I think that kind of our last act is going to be to invade Flanders and turn that into our capital, convert to feudalism. I think that's probably the best bet. So let's, we've got one son who's getting martial skill, and we'll have one son who is learning like duty, and we'll turn him into whatchamacallit. Although curious is a good trait to have, and so is fussy. Maybe we'll go with thrift for this kid, okay? And then we'll kind of see who's the better son when they're both kind of age. And then we'll kill the son who's no good. Where do you live now, Elvis? Alright, let's make it a struggle for this guy. He's got 25 combat skill. I got 117. This means I'm gonna die. Absolutely. Yeah, we're not getting any loot, and we just burnt down a holding. Let's get out of here and just raid England instead. And those event troops will help us continue with our raiding. Hey man, it's tough out there. If my parents still lived near a place with lots of jobs, I would do that. But housing expensives and good jobs are hard to find. I feel you. I actually feel kind of lucky, like I'm in the position that I'm at. I can just spend my weekends goofing off and not have to worry about like a second job or anything like that. Of course, you could just be young, in which case I'm totally assuming a bunch of stuff about you. But I find that a lot of younger gamers, they're more into like I don't know, what's the hotness now? You get what I'm saying, though. Alright, we can raise up our economic advances. Let's do, it doesn't really matter to me. We're going to be giving it all up in a sec. Let's do construction for the hell of it. Who's this guy? What's his relation to me? Alright. Let's make Tulst thrifty. Come on, guys. Need a new court physician. Probably shouldn't pick the Catholic who hates us as our physician. So we'll go next down the line. Alright, so I've inherited West Frisia. Let's give that stuff away. We'll give it to somebody who is content, because he's going to be a duke. What's this place called? Teaster Barton. And well, I mean that's the same everywhere in the world, right? Like, you know, when you're an immigrant, you know, you work hard because you believe in you know, the American dream or the Dutch dream, and you're also starting at the bottom, so you're kind of forced to work hard and try to fit in, and then, you know, once you get to like second generation like me, they get lazy. Hopefully things pan out. You know, I'll say this: as bad as things are going around the world right now, I have and I know that like opinions can change, but you know, seeing some of these younger kids and their political views, you know, it really gives me hope. Yeah, I don't know if you want a war though. That seems a little extreme. Okay, they don't want me to give away West Frisia. What a bunch of jerks. I mean, like, I'm giving it away to a dude who owns nothing. And here I was talking about how we can go without granting title ability. I think that's the next one we're going to revoke. In the meantime, let's go to our council. Let's see if we can't... I mean, I'm sure we can bribe these guys. Let's see if there's, like, somebody who'll be loyal. You know, it's ironic that these guys are unhappy with me for holding too many duchies. And then I try to give away the duchy, and they're like, nope. There must be some kind of better seer out there. Unless he's loyal. I guess it doesn't really matter for one skill level. All right, let's bribe some people. Who's the lowest ranking? Let's talk to this guy. Buy a favor. And because we inherited this like Catholic land, you get some other tech. There's sweet, sweet tech. So let's do some more stuff. Let's build improved keeps here. And siege equipment would be good. That's a grim view. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, it's easier to have economic growth when everyone's dead and and there's nothing left, you know. So you can have tremendous growth, but you know, honestly, I don't know how it is in the Netherlands, but you know, here in America, you know, we're wealthier than we've ever been, right? The problem is all the wealth is concentrated. So, you know, I think some good redistributive policies, and we'll be back on track. You know, and also we gotta stop it with the open racism and whatnot, sexism and all that stuff. But that's why I have faith in the younger kids. I think they'll be. I think they'll they'll handle it well. I think they got the right idea. You know. I could just be talking a bunch of nonsense, though. I don't know. Why does this guy hate me? Okay, I guess he's got his reasons. Let's give it to her. She seems to have the right amount of skill and doesn't hate me totally. And for court physician, we actually got a good one here. Alright, you got the job, buddy. Alright, so we have our favor now, which means if we look at our council, we still have to buy another favor. That's okay, though. We'll find someone who doesn't have any land and is cheap, like this guy. So now let's call in our favors. I can't believe we have to do this just to give away a duchy. Look at that. So I waste all this money to buy these favors, and now the council's all for it. I hate these guys. Council's the worst. Yeah, it's making me ambitious. Oh, of course he's arbitrary. Come on. How do we ever get a lucky break with our children? They always have to be worse than the last generation. Alright, so it looks like we're full up on money. Let's get out of here. Yeah, nah. I think that's a romantic view of things. I think that since time immemorial, you know, the guys on top have been shitting on the guys below, and but there were times when life was more fair in America, and that was around the times. Here's my theory, at least, and we'll cut this out of the stuff that I put in YouTube. So. The times when America was most equal, and I'm talking economically, not racially, because that's, still, it gets better with time, but, it wasn't good back then. But economically, America was most, equal when the Great Depression hit, and the people in power had to contend with popular, completely opposing ideologies. So they had to worry about fascists rising, and they had to worry about communists rising. And these were actual political parties with power, and they were growing. So they realized, hey, we've got to make some new deals. We've got to redistribute the wealth some more. And it's because of that specter, that threat, that the elites that run this country were willing to give back a little bit more to the people. I think that when the Soviet Union fell, all of a sudden, there wasn't an outside agitator. And since we lost our enemy, we basically said, hey, capitalism won, it's the only game in town. And the rich were able to just say, let's keep reducing taxes until nothing works, I mean, it's always the same over here. They reduce taxes and say it's going to create revenue. And then we have like $1 billion or $1 trillion deficit. Sorry, $1 trillion deficit. And then they turn around and they look at us and they say, well, I guess we got to cut support services to everybody because we have to be mature adults, And it's the same thing over and over. And I think that, it's gotten to a point where people can recognize the difference. And that's